Horrible news for Broncos fans. Bo Nix fractures his ankle at the end of the game. He is out the remaining part of the playoffs here as the Broncos advance today. This is a brutal blow for not only Bronco fans, but for the Broncos, for fantasy playoffs, for everything. This is just devastating. But Bo Nix didn't appear to have an injury at the end of the game. Then they look at it, fractured ankle, will have surgery, and now Stidham is the man that needs to step up and try and save the day here. We'll talk about it a little bit of everything that's happened so far. The Niner game still going on. We'll go live after the Niner game, the Seahawks game. Sorry, I'm labeling it the Niner game. It's really the Seahawks game. Seahawks our defense looks absolutely unreal. We'll break it all down. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in. Guess the intro won't work today. Guys, dial into the phone line if you have any questions. We'll be answering all your questions, and I'll get to any super chats that come roaring in here. But wow, Seahawks up 17-6, which is kind of, in hindsight, this defense is just unreal. They're giving San Francisco no room to run whatsoever. This is an unbelievable defense, and McDonald should probably be strongly considered to be the top or second option, I think, for Coach of the Year, in my opinion. Let's see if we have the intro loaded. Hold on.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Call into the show.
Oh, Charbonnet's down now. Charbonnet looks like he has if I had to guess, torn ACL. It's early to say that. I don't have any evidence to suggest that he has a torn ACL other than the fact that he grabbed the back of his knee. And usually when you tear your ACL, you have pain in the back of the knee, and you immediately grab the back of your knee. It's the quickest place to that pain versus like through the kneecap, and you go and grab it, you get a sharp pain. This is devastating. Oh my God. Just injuries like crazy. Let's watch the replay on this Charbonnet rush here. Come on, Zach. Don't tear this ACL, please. Oh, he was twisting. Hopefully it's just meniscus. Hopefully his knee just twisted and he has some sort of like sharp pain. I mean, you never know. But immediately grabbing the back of your knee is awful. Jeez, man. I mean, can we not have injuries linger through the playoffs like they've been lingering through the damn season? Okay, let's talk about Bo Nix, which is why we're here. This is dreadful news. Absolutely dreadful news. Bo Nix, ladies and gentlemen, out for the remaining part of the playoffs right here. Report from Schefter. This happened about 2-3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes before I went live. I had to launch the live stream, but this is fresh information. Sean Payton basically went to the podium and said, look, I feel like we should tell you this right away. Bo Nix fractured his ankle and his season is over. And now Stidham is now ready. Stiddy is ready. I doubt that that's actually a true statement. Broncos D is good, but they're not Seattle Seahawks good. So I don't know how this team is going to function. Honestly, this is probably a nail in the coffin of the Denver Broncos. You can try and, hang your hat on, and we had the Buffalo Bills advancing and they did not. Now it's like you look at the situation. Okay, let me take all this off because these are predictive. Let me take it all down to the studs here. And so we have Denver advancing now. So put Denver right here. And we have New England. Where's my damn New England graphic? Hold on a second. Let's put the Pats back up here. Move that over here. So New England obviously facing off against Houston. If New England wins this game, or if Houston wins this game, they got a much easier path into the Super Bowl now. So the laughter of, Houston, how can Houston with Stroud get to the Super Bowl. Imagine if it was a defensive bowl. Seattle versus Houston, number 1 D versus the number 2 D. I mean, that would be crazy. But right now, you have New England sitting here going, if we just get past Houston, we're going up against a headless horseman here. And Denver, in my opinion, doesn't stand a chance. Seattle, if they lost Darnold, they'd still stand a chance. Because you saw them almost up 14-0 before Darnold even hit the field against these Niners. But Vegas called and said, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and call that an incomplete pass. Kind of tough call anyway. But still, they were almost up 14-0 before Darnold even hit the field. So Seattle is absolutely capable of winning without Darnold. A nice little rush by, Seattle looks good. Their offense looks good. Their defense looks fantastic. The Niners are getting kind of obliterated here. And honestly, the fact that they've got 6 points is amazing in itself, to be honest. But watching this Seattle defense is it's like poetry in motion. What a nice play design right there. I'll tell you what, you got Kubiak probably going to get a head coaching job ASAP. Kubiak is going to be, this is a guy we want. Let me get this off screen here. Thank you Worldwide for that previous super chat. Let's get Jalen Hurts' mug off screen here. Kubiak probably taking his Seattle Seahawks offensive game scripting to, hopefully it's the Falcons, but we're hearing Stefanski might have a leg up on this job. But Kubiak, where could Kubiak go? Raiders, Ravens. I think McDaniel gets this Ravens head coaching job personally, but we'll see how this all shakes out. But you know who also probably got themselves a starting head coaching role? Joe Brady. And while the Buffalo Bills lost this game, they lost it on defense. Brady called a pretty solid game. There's just going to be a lot of teams interested in his services, so we'll see. The thing that's mind-boggling to me is how you have Green Bay defense fold, and yet their D coordinator is getting offers and job offers. How? It's just crazy, man. This head coaching carousel is just wild. Stefanski, Kingsbury, McDaniel, Kubiak, Salah, Flores, Halfley, Schwartz, Minter might get a job. Shieldhouse probably deserves an OC job somewhere. I don't know about a head coaching job, being that you're behind, the actual architect of everything in LAR. So we'll see. Munkin, I would guess, goes over and pairs up with Harbaugh as we predicted. Dable, I would love to see Dable in LV or Atlanta or something. All right, let's get back to this news here. Phone lines are open. Bo Nix out for the remainder of the playoffs. Very, very easy cakewalk into the 2025/2026 championship game, or cakewalk into the Super Bowl, rather, for whatever team, Houston or Patriots, win this next contest. I'm very, very, very intrigued by New England facing a headless horseman Denver Broncos. So if New England can get past Houston, New England, I believe, will be in the Super Bowl without much of a hesitation. I just don't think the Broncos have a chance without Bo Nix. Bo Nix is playing so good. Damn, Bo Nix looked good. Fourth quarter, Bo. I mean, all the people that ripped on Bo Nix over and over and over, Bo Nix is he's growing. He's maturing. He's still getting better. This guy's got poise. Fourth quarter, Bo. He looked fantastic. And now he's out. And I don't think Denver has a chance against New England, and especially against Houston Texans defense. And if Houston does end up beating New England, they're going to the Super Bowl, which is crazy to me because I don't think Houston, I don't even understand how they're going to make the Super Bowl. They've got C.J. Stroud, who's one of the middest quarterbacks to take a team, if they go, to the Super Bowl in the last 10 years. Now, the Seahawks are looking like they're going to win this game. You never know. You never know. It's why they play the game. Look at that Bears-Packers game and how that awful, dreadful Green Bay defense unfolded. But Seattle's not going to unfold. The Seattle defense is not going to unfold, I don't think. Anything can happen, but the offense still looks pretty poised. pretty efficient, pretty electric. Darnold looking pretty precise tonight. He's in the gun with 2 running backs, 1 to each side. JSN. Oh, it's an overthrow. Let's get the ball to JSN. Darnold, that's pretty much where we get success. Dial into the phone line.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Don't count out Houston. Did you hear me count out Houston, Cake? Or, I'm sorry, not Cake. Who said that? Don't count out Houston. Who said that? Not Cake. Cake didn't say that. Smitty, don't say that. We need Miami Mike in Detroit. Yeah, we do. Man, Bo Nix. That sucks. Darnold in the gun. Slings it. Was that Cup? No, that was a Cup. That was the other Bo. Nice catch. Nice gunsling. I can't wait to see JSN score a touchdown on this next play. I'll tell you that right now. JSN scores a touchdown. We end the live stream. JSN scores a touchdown on this play. We end the live stream, so you better hurry up. You're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Luke Strelakis, and we are from Connecticut.
What's up?
Woolkit, Connecticut.
Who's we? I only hear one of y'all.
It's just me and my friend. We wanted to talk about Caleb Williams.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to know why you hate him so much and why you always hate on him. I'm a big Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan since 2015. I've been through 7 different quarterbacks, and there has not been a single one who I have loved and seen this much talent from as Caleb Williams.
He is your best quarterback you've ever had. He is the best quarterback you guys have ever had.
He is, and he is a top 10 quarterback right now, and he is an elite quarterback.
Okay, I disagree with you. I think he's on the verge. Look, Ben Johnson is a unbelievable play caller. And from a fantasy perspective, from a production perspective, Caleb will score inside the top 10 during certain seasons because that's what Ben Johnson did with Goff. Dak Prescott. Is Dak Prescott a top 5 quarterback? No, but he produces top 5 numbers here and there. So from a fantasy perspective, you're calling to a fantasy show. Caleb's certainly going to linger between 8 and 14 a lot. Mm-hmm. That's just, but those quarterbacks sometimes are 20, 30 points apart, sometimes 15 points apart. So it's really close, and especially this year when you got JD5 and Burrow and all these.
JD5, JD5
absolute,
is terrible.
Huh?
JD5 is terrible.
Oh, okay. Sounds like
you think he's good?
It sounds like you got a real unbiased head on your shoulders.
It's not. Okay.
You're getting excited, bro. Your voice is going too high. Kenneth Walker to the left side, touchdown, Seattle Seahawks, touchdown.
This dude, you think Jared Goff right now is going to go on this team and lead them to the 7 comeback wins that he has led them to this year? You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. JD5 had 1 good year, and now he's shown that he is basically has the
you got injured, bro.
As a paraplegic.
All right.
He gets injured every time.
Okay. Thanks for bringing such in-depth analysis to the show. Appreciate you.
Finish him.
I mean, if he was going to say, I was going to wait to see if he'd say something. But it was just, my team's so good. I can't believe you're talking about my Caleb like that. How dare you? Joseph, 5 gifted memberships.
You've just been...
Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you. Would someone that wants to say something of substance call into the show? Phone lines are open real quickly.
Call into the show. Call in.
85. What? You like 85? Like, just to that caller who's probably still watching right now. Had you called in and had like a productive conversation, we could have went back and forth on it. But like when you're acting like JD5's trash when he got injured and he had one of the most remarkable rookie seasons to ever occur for a quarterback. I mean, injuries, all that. You can say what you want. Kenneth Walker, by the way, nice run. And if Sharbs is out for the season, did anybody get an update on Zach Charbonnet? It looked bad. It could have been one of those things where it looks like they put him in the casket and then he comes right back on the field. Show me the most biased Bears fan. Yeah, that what? I mean, this is. Let me tell you, somebody that we're gonna actually listen to what they're saying. If they call in and say, Smitty, I think Caleb, this isn't just a stretch of a solid play. Not to mention he had 2 interceptions and was 50% passing his last game. And had they not scored a touchdown on wide open, blown coverages, Green Bay unfolding, and they lost the game, we'd be walking out with a 2 interception, 50% losing Caleb Williams, and the story would be told very differently. There'd be no ice sculptures of Iceman. Okay, we'll see how those memes turn and flip. If Iceman phrases himself, it's gonna be the worst backfire sculpture nickname ever. Bro's 50% throwing the football. Bro had 2 interceptions. Bro's got a cannon on his arm. I give him that all the time. And he's one of, if not the toughest quarterback to sack in the National Football League. I give flowers to Caleb all the time. But the fact that, these Caleb fans think that he's proven himself more than JD5 proved his rookie year, and then you take the injuries out, is wild to me. Just wild. Christian McCaffrey on the sideline. Is he all right? He looks like he's a little bit banged up here. I'll tell you guys, I'm not feeling the McCaffrey drafting next year. They're abusing this guy. He has been driven into the ground. He's going to leave the season with one of the heaviest workload seasons that we've seen a running back. Brock Purdy scrambling, and the problem is with him, he's so injury prone himself. You got to be careful there, Brock. Got to protect yourself. 13 seconds left. Niners marching to get some points. This is a smart, hopefully a smart drive for them. You get 9 points on the board, but they got a little ways to go. But you get 9 points on the board, it's going to go a long way coming out of the half. You get the football. I believe the Niners get the football. Yeah, because the Seahawks returned that kick on the onset of the game. So Niners get the ball back. It would be very, very nice to have a 9-point score for the Niners walking into the second half. Brock Purdy not playing like Christian McCaffrey's hurt. He's hurt. He's not coming back in the game right now. And he's on the sideline getting worked on. And he's in tremendous pain. He's in tremendous pain. You're live. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Devin, I'm from Connecticut.
Is this more?
No, something else. I wanted your opinion on Jackson Dart for the fantasy season next year.
Sure you did. I wasn't born yesterday. Okay. I wasn't born yesterday. Hi, it's me, Connecticut. Totally unrelated. Voices happen to just be the same height. I wanted to talk about a totally different topic before I yell. Stick around. Bro, this ain't my first rodeo. Hello? I'm from Connecticut too. No relation. McCaffrey looks injured, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good. Brock Purdy back to pass. Throws an interception. Might have been out of bounds, though. He's out of bounds. 7 seconds left on the clock. No Christian McCaffrey. No George Kittle. Yeah, McCaffrey ain't coming back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if he's done for the game. You're live. Who's this?
Oh, this is Matt Hollis from Texas.
What's up? Uh-huh.
I just want I want to come in here and say that JD5 fucking sucks.
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm from Texas. Don't mind the high voice again. Unrelated. So, I mean, Niners are cooked. No Kittle, no CMC. Going up against the defense is not unfolding like the Green Bay Packers. No one's getting back into this game. None of that's happening. It's going to be a wild one, guys. It's going to be a wild finish. Travis, you're live. What do you hear? What do you say?
Hey, what's up?
Hello?
Did you see Falcons? Falcons got the coach.
I'm sorry, what?
Falcons? Did you see who they hired?
No, I've been live, so I didn't see it. What happened?
Kevin Stefanski.
Oh yeah, that was the lead. That was what it was leaning toward.
Yeah. Well, we'll see now. There's a lot of people claim he's a brilliant offensive mind, so he's got no excuses now. I mean, I guess the QB could be an excuse, but
yeah,
he's got weapons. It's
yeah.
not the Browns, put it that way.
Didn't Kevin Stefanski lose his turnover his play calling duties last year?
That sounds right. Now that you mention it, he might have. So that's concerning, but.
I think his last two places he's surrendered his play calling duties. So I gotta say, man, this is going to be very, very dependent on the OC for me. Not suggesting that I am down on London or Bijan yet, and I'm not saying I can only be so down on London or Bijan anyway. But
right,
it's going to matter who he hires as OC. Because he's a play calling head coach hire.
Right.
And so
that makes it odd he had to give up play calling.
Right. So if he ends up hiring kind of a no-namer, which is probably likely, then that means Kevin Stefanski is going to be calling plays. And he's, I believe, relinquished. I believe this. Can anybody confirm if that's true? Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if Kruger's going to know this. Let's ask him. But he's always kind of a mess here. Let's see if he can. Let's ask Kruger. Hey Kruger, do you happen to know if Kevin Stefanski, the new hire, just hired right now by the Atlanta Falcons to be the head coach, do you know in Cleveland and in previous jobs, hasn't he relinquished or had his play calling duties taken away multiple times?
Sure thing, Smitty. So basically, Kevin Stefanski has indeed handed off play calling duties more than once during his time in Cleveland. He first did it in the 2024 season when things got rough, passing the reins to his offensive coordinator at the time. Then in 2025, he took back the play calling, but ended up handing it off again mid-season. It's kind of been a pattern when the offense needed a shake-up.
I don't know. So that's very alarming to me. That's very alarming.
That's almost like he's passing the buck when things go bad.
I don't know. That's not very good. That's not very good.
Makes you think he can't handle both at the same time either. Those are the scary head coaches that can't. They can only focus on one thing. That's not a good sign.
The only thing I guess I would say would be, have they really had a good quarterback ever for him to utilize and
right.
But the question, though, is do they have one now because their quarterback's injured and they've got an old man who's coming, still playing on that Achilles tendon, which I don't know that his Achilles tendon is a concern anymore, but it's just like this is an old guy, in Cousins.
Right.
So it's like
not
you're giving
great
Stefanski
anymore.
like the same scenario. CMC out, want to cry, says Scotty Do. Yeah, I don't know. Has there been an update? Can you check X right now since I'm live what the update might be on CMC? How many teams need a QB now to start the season? A lot of them, my boy. A lot of them. More than I think we... Let me go over to the QB board. I don't know if we have every QB identified on here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We've got Willis is the one that we are, I think, most excited about, just because there's some everybody else. Well, Mendoza, of course, but he's a rookie. This is a rookie and free agent board. But Raiders,
Mac Jones would have to get traded.
Yeah, Raiders going Mendoza. That's a lock. Minnesota, Atlanta, maybe. Miami, Jets, Pittsburgh, maybe the Colts. There's definitely a lot of teams that are in need. And there's not a lot out there. It's, Tua's going to be a decent fantasy football addition somewhere potentially. Like Minnesota, I think they could get a lot out of him.
Yep, I agree.
Mac Jones in Minnesota, I think they could get a lot out of him. So we'll have to see. But, anything on Christian McCaffrey? What are you seeing? Thank you, Kevin.
So I'm not seeing any update yet. I'm guessing, either to start the second half before I give an update if there's anything.
Feels like that kind of thing where he just comes out and you see him out there and you're like, what?
Yeah. One thing to note, though, is up to date, he's at 448 touches on the season. So he's closing in on that 482 that Saquon had. And you saw what it did to Saquon. And Saquon, had less mileage and less injury on him than CMC did. Not to say, again, anything can happen, but, and I always say I shy away from injuries more than others, but I won't be touching that risk.
Yeah.
I'll take a Bijan or a Gibbs, instead of him, or even a JT probably instead of CMC.
So McCaffrey, the latest news, I agree, and I'm not going near McCaffrey next year. All right, let me get Caleb's mug off screen. He's got enough airtime today. All right, Christian McCaffrey. I'm probably not touching him next year because he had to escape these playoffs completely on top, and it looks like is he rubbing his shoulder? Because it looks like the trainer's doing something to him, like to try and the back. I bet it's his back because he's been struggling with back pain for a while now, and he had some back issues last week. And the way that he's like, he's definitely like trying to rub the back area or the side. I think it's the back. I don't think it's the shoulder. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey left the field at the end of the half, looked in significant pain. I'm trying to see if there's any updates. There's nothing. No one's even reporting on it, which is wild. There's like nothing. He literally didn't play on the last drive, and no one's reporting on it. He's injured right now. We're like the only ones.
There's nothing saying anything about him being injured.
It's wild.
I get there's no update yet from the team, but you would think people would be talking about it. Oh, hold on.
Luke.
I don't know.
Luke.
Someone says shoulder injury, but that could just be speculation.
Yeah. Luke, you kind of shot yourself in the foot here with this, though. Like he's saying, and I would have appreciated a good Caleb conversation, but you decided to take it in the direction you took it. You said, "Hey, it's Luke. I want to have a genuine conversation about Caleb Williams and JD5. I want to try and get somewhere in the conversation." That's your own fault for yelling expletives and getting out of control and getting banned from the phone line. So I don't know what to tell you. I appreciate your super chat. You can have a super chat conversation if you want with me. But at this point, you've already worn your welcome out on the phone line by calling in and screaming and yelling and not instead of having a productive conversation. Yeah, JD5's good. Is Josh Allen another Marino? No, I mean, TM42, could he end up being statistically? Maybe, because they don't get him any receivers. But this man has no wide receivers. Shakir's his number one wide receiver. Maybe.
He was,
and let me tell you.
Brandon Cooks, he was relying on.
Brandon, I'm making mistakes, cooks all day long. Let me tell you something. There is going to be maybe no player I own more in 2026 than Josh Allen. And Josh Allen losing this game was probably the best blessing in disguise we could have had from a fantasy perspective, because we don't get to see him dominate the next game, and his 3 touchdowns with 2 INTs gets kind of cloudy. And here's the thing, and this is what you're going to hear from me over and over all offseason. This man is protected into his 3rd round ADP, even if they don't get him a wide receiver. But the problem is, they know, for people that ignore this situation now and miss out, we know, like in best ball, maybe in August, September, we'll know that he has a receiver, obviously, because they'll either trade for one, draft one. And so this might not help August and September drafters, but on Underdog, promo code Smitty, you can take advantage of this now. And the link is in the description of the video. In deposit, they'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. But if you draft Josh Allen in best ball, as soon as the Super Bowl's over, we'll literally have, the big board, I believe, launched the night of the Super Bowl at midnight. And Josh Allen will be going in the 3rd round as if he's not getting a wide receiver. And he's deserving of getting that third round draft capital. If he gets a wide receiver, we might see him climb. And you have a protective, like sleeping giant potential level that's unlocked the moment he gets a wide receiver. If they draft, they trade up, whatever the case may be, and get their hands on one of the top 3 wide receivers through some sort of trade on draft day, or should they select a Denzel Boston and he just ends up being pretty good? I don't want him to go that secondary route. I want them to get one of the big top 3 wide receivers. But they could also go after Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans might be the sneakiest player that we're not talking about for the Buffalo Bills, given their lack of commitment to the wide receiver position, to go shopping for a short-term Mike Evans solution. If he gets Mike Evans, he's going to the bottom of the 2nd round. And so everybody can take advantage of this. He doesn't have any receivers. They won't ever address it. If they don't ever address it, you're getting him for what his cost is, and it's fair. Like, if he gets a receiver and you've drafted him on 15, 20, 100 best ball teams, and then he gets Mike Evans in free agency, guess what? Your teams go to the moon. And in the existing dynasty, trade for Josh Allen while he's coming off a loss, 2 interceptions. People ignore the 3 touchdowns, and people pretend he's never going to get a receiver. And if he doesn't, he's still worth whatever you traded for.
I think. Go ahead.
Just real quickly, JD5 also. Stefanski is likely to go to Atlanta. Yeah, it's already done. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. What is this? TM42 says, is Josh Allen another Marino? Oh, I already read that one. Yeah, I wouldn't categorize. Look, he's still very young, bro. And it does appear he's on the Marino track for sure. But there's still a team that could win any given Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Friday against any team at any moment. And if they get what I believe they're going to finally address, if they're going to bring in a wide receiver, a pass catcher, I think we're going to see Josh Allen win a Super Bowl. And for those of you that know me, it's Cardinals and Bills are the 2 teams I root for the most by far. Josh Allen's probably one of, if not top 3 favorite players in the National Football League. Looks like, hold on, let me see what they're messing with CMC's jersey right now. They might be they might have put a jacket on him. So it could be potentially shoulder related, actually, because they were adjusting his jersey right here and they were snapping something in and he was in significant pain. So I wonder if it is a shoulder or it's the back and he's wearing some sort of harness.
I saw shoulder, but I haven't seen it from any reliable source yet.
We'll see. I wonder if it's rotator related or if it's just, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it looks like he's going to try and go in the game because he's on the sideline.
I'm sure he'll try.
Yeah. Now we don't see him in there now. He's not in there in the first series.
Maybe they see what B-Rob does.
Yeah, Romario, we already broke it that Bo Nix is out. He's out, bro. This is what this live stream is. He fractured his ankle, my boy. What?
That's the title of the live stream.
That's all right. McCaffrey's pacing down the sideline. He's got a ball in his hand. He's not in the game though, and he's kind of looking a little bit upset. So and they're not rushing him into the game. Whatever device they put on him, whether it was a flak jacket or a harness of some sort, he didn't rush in the game after they put it on. He's literally still on the sideline, and he's pacing around. Brock Purdy throws an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 9. I say that kind of kidding. I still like Brock Purdy. I don't hate him at all. I think Brock is he's an average system quarterback that I think is in such a vaulted up offense that he plays better than he actually is, and that's okay. Like, that's fantasy football. That's what we look for. We look for, just like Darnold is not an outstanding quarterback on any level. He's good. He's good. Brock Purdy's good. Darnold's good. For my Caleb watchers, yeah. Caleb is good. You know, Caleb's not elite, but he's good. Every quarterback in the league is good. Brock Purdy throwing a pass. That was a good pass. That was good. That was great. That play was great. Jennings, nice snag. You know what Brock is best at? Scrambling and then throwing on the run. Like Tom Brady said, Tom Brady is like the GOAT of commentary. He's such a good. There's nothing better than listening to Tom Brady call a game. And his first year, he was a little rough. I don't know why, but he was. He got into his own skin. But listening to Tom Brady call a game, you learn so much, and he's so knowledgeable. But as Tom Brady said, like Brock Purdy extending plays, he's one of the better quarterbacks, and Brock Purdy's one of the better quarterbacks in pocket presence. Like when he's in the pocket, he knows how to move around, and he extends plays very, very well. Like even right now, just his intelligence of scrambling around and he just threw the ball away. Some quarterbacks would get sacked. They try and like Brock Purdy's very, very efficient, very good at that. I like Brock a lot for that. Oh, Tungus is hurt.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Tungus is hurt. This power plant's got to get looked into. What in the hell's going on here? Did they bring some of that power plant energy here? Like it's resonating. There's something to. Oh no, he. Oh no, that might be an Achilles. Oh my God, bro.
Oh.
Is it an Achilles or is it hamstring? What is it?
I don't know.
The way he fell to the ground was insane. You got to be kidding.
The way he jogged off, though, that's tough to put any weight on an Achilles. But
yeah, that's true.
Hammy, maybe.
He might. I
don't know.
Man, poor Tungus, bro.
Yeah, he kind of reached back towards his hammy.
Yeah, it could be a hammy. Christian McCaffrey took it. He's upset. He's like almost about to take his helmet off. Like, oh my God, man, McCaffrey's in pain. This Niner team has been ravaged. Jordan James. I didn't even know Jordan James was dressed.
They made it this far.
I didn't even realize Jordan James was dressed. I had no idea. We're gonna abuse McCaffrey all game long. Is all I didn't think about.
It was funny because there was actually a couple random accounts that I follow that were like, oh, they're spamming McCaffrey. They're gonna hurt him.
Oh yeah.
And like 10 minutes later, he got hurt.
It's Josh Allen, another Marino man. TM, keep the faith in Josh Allen, bro. I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen's like practically my favorite player. Top 3 for sure. Can't have nice things.
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
BBQ says can't have nice things. Continues. Josh deserves better. Shouldn't have to be Superman every game without having wide receivers. But if you guys remember, whenever I broke this down, I think it's been to a T. It's been to a absolute T. Why is Buffalo still here? I feel like this keeps. Oh no, never mind. That was the previous round. Brock Purdy gets sacked. As I said, Josh Allen's good enough to win any one of these games, and he can even win 2 of them in a row by himself. But the problem for Josh Allen, the part that's been the problem for Lamar until they brought Derrick Henry in, and they still haven't done it. But they're giving Lamar the best possible shot they have the last couple of years for sure. Is Josh Allen can't win this many games in a row by himself. So it requires a second. It requires Robin. If you're Batman, you need Robin. You need at least another player. And while Cook is certainly Robin some games. If they take away the run at all, then it does come down to Josh Allen, and so it makes it hard. I think if they bring in Mike Evans, it's a whole different ball game. I don't even want like just a Wan'Dale Robinson. I want a Mike Evans, or I want some big name player
legit.
that stop trying to put a Band-Aid on this thing. You know, that's what they're doing. So they get hit. They get a real legit wide receiver like Mike Evans. And think about Mike Evans. He's probably at the point in his career where it's not just about money for him. What's the quickest way he can get a Super Bowl ring? You know, while many will say not through Buffalo because they're Dan Marino, like TM's going to say, I don't agree with that. I think Buffalo's proving they're very capable of winning a Super Bowl. It's hard to win the Super Bowl. Not everybody can win the Super Bowl. And it's, you know, sometimes you get it once or twice your entire career, you know, so the fact that he's still a young man, who's to say he won't have 2 or 3 still, you know, and Jordan didn't win NBA championships right away. It took a little while. And then once he started doing it, Like, let's be real. Like Josh Allen's he's sniffing the bowl every year. No pause needed.
Think about the game today. I mean, Josh Allen made the turnovers, but it was because it was all on Josh Allen. If he had that true number 1 wide receiver, that game would have went completely different today.
Can you imagine throwing it up to Mike Evans? Like, F it, he's over there somewhere. That Josh Allen's never been able to play that game. Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans being older, injury prone, worries me a little bit about they go after it and he gets hurt and they don't end up doing it. It's like, damn, man, go get it. But, you know, if it was me, I would surrender the world for Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate for Josh Allen. I would surrender multiple. I would do whatever I had to take. Sure. Take the first rounder and sacrifice another couple picks, whatever. You know, move up and get Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson. Move up. If you like Mekhi Lemon, I'm fine with that. I suppose it's not my first choice. It's not my second choice, but it would certainly be my third.
That's another slot guy, though.
Yeah, I'm not huge on him. He's so slow and small.
Shakir in the slot. You know, Kincaid runs out of the slot. Keon Coleman should be used as a big slot, but there's too many guys to put him in.
And Denzel Boston could be the guy, but it does feel a little bit like you're going after Keon Coleman again. You know, where it's like it might work, it might not work, and then what are you going to do after it doesn't work? It's like, come on, let's just fully commit to the Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate. Those are the guys. Those are the guys. Or you go after, Lemon he's not as good. And Lemon's got such a big following, it's wild. I don't understand. Pickens would be unreal if you did some sort of trade. Wan'Dale's nice. Alec Pierce would be interesting for sure. And Dobbs or Wan'Dale would be interesting for sure. Not saying I don't want that, but those are not. We need something bigger for Josh Allen. Seattle. Oh, what a snag. What a throw. Cooper Kupp's having a day. He's looking good. Darnold is 7 for 12. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. Cooper Kupp, nice snag. That was in traffic, too. That was a good throw by Darnold. Could have been tipped. It was that was between like 2 defenders crossing. That was a pretty nice throw by Darnold. See, good quarterbacks, not great quarterbacks, can play great. Charbonnet's on the bike. That doesn't look like an ACL tear. However, you never know till look at Bo Nix. He's getting interviewed. Hey, how'd you do, Bo? Fantastic. I'm going to run into the locker room. Bo Nix runs in the locker room. And then next thing you know he's got a fractured ankle. So we truly know about Charbs. We've also seen running backs have torn ACLs. They're clean ACL tears without meniscus damage. And so the integrity of the knee feels pretty solid. Alandis Gary tore his ACL, played an entire second half with a torn ACL. And then when he came out of the game for the Broncos back in the day, they're like, you have a torn ACL and you have to have season-ending surgery. So certainly possible that something's more severely wrong with Charbonnet. But seeing him on the bike is about 80-90% chance he's not in risk of anything long-term. So obviously that's good. Darnold brings Kupp tighter to the line, hands the ball off to Kenneth Walker, who's doing a really good job running the ball the last handful of drives, obviously, with that nice touchdown run to the left side. Looked really, really good. 24-6. The Seahawks are up. 9:52 left in the third. McCaffrey, this looks like a loop of McCaffrey. He's holding his lower back for sure. Yeah. And oh my God, like if you look at that photo there, he was like pushing his like back out, like his whole like his I don't mean this in like a negative way, but it showed like he had a gut. His back is not supporting him, like, so his stomach was getting pushed out. Like
Right.
he has no back strength right now. Like that was like he's literally pushing on his back and he's walking around and this is not a smart move for him to play. But like, how do you tell an athlete that when
that's bad luck.
They're trying to get through this game, and you're getting older.
Tongas they were all trying to push it to get back in.
Yeah,
Tongas
you can't
running
blame
on the sideline. I get it.
Yeah, you can't blame.
So with the
Darnold,
with the Allen losing,
Darnold. No, I was just gonna say Darnold's on the ground. It was kind of like one of those Aaron Rodgers sideways memes. And he was on the ground and he couldn't see, and he grabbed his helmet and pulled it down and then just sat there on the ground for a minute. But it was hilarious. He was like, is this game over yet? I wonder what would happen if... I don't think they'd use Milroe. Unfortunately. I wish they would. I think Locke would be the guy. I would hope not, but I think they probably would.
No, he would be. He definitely
and
would.
Milroe is the one we all want in there eventually. Milroe's a better quarterback than Darnold and a better quarterback than Locke for sure. And Milroe's a real protective measure for JSN's dynasty value, by the way. Like, that's the one team where I'm not real worried about something happens to Darnold as much as I would, let's say, like Atlanta with what they've got going on. Oh, man, JSN catching that ball. Knifing through defenders down to about the 6-yard line. Seattle about to score again. Seattle looks tough, man. I'm almost really ashamed of myself that in my bracket I didn't take Seattle more seriously and just say, you know what, Darnold be damned. This defense is unreal. Darnold's good enough. 4th and 2 though. That's right. You got to take the points. It's gonna be 27-6. I mean, 27-6 with the best defense in the league. You can't go for it.
Yeah.
You got to take the points.
No.
This could be momentum shifting if they let the Niners get the ball back and score. Field goal good. 27-6, 7:07 left. All right, Travis, I'm going to quickly as you can, and then I'm going to jump out of here. Actually, let me answer.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead real quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Swarm.
I was just going to say.
Let me hit this real quick. Swarm with the $20 hauler. Swarm, are you still there? Thank you, pal. Appreciate you very much with the 20.
Super chat alert.
Swarm, thank you, pal. And then BBQ dropping his super chat. Thanks, NFL. Glad we extended the season. More wear and tear on the players. I mean, that's probably what they're going to want to go further with this thing. 19 games, 20 games. They'll probably add 2 bye weeks, but haven't been able to catch you live lately, but appreciate you. Won my fantasy league for the first time this year. Thanks to you. Swarm, congratulations. Just give you a standing ovation, pal. Swarm, you still there? I don't know how long that was sitting there. I don't think it was there that long, but thank you very much for the super chat and appreciate you, taking the time. And, it's always awesome when someone comes in here when the season's over. They don't have to come in and drop a super chat like that. And thank you. And he does. And so congrats to you. And thank you very much. Meatloaf go around for everybody. Swarm, are you there? Let's send Swarm to Saturn. All right, go ahead, Travis.
No, I was just going to say, Burrow seems to be putting the pressure on ownership to, make something happen, or we might see him start to try to force his way out. And I'm not saying Josh Allen is there yet, but you could see, it was a little bit different on the sideline at the end of the game, just with his mannerisms, and you can tell he's really frustrated. And you hope it kind of lights a fire on him to push ownership, because quarterbacks do have that power, guys like him that are the franchise.
Yeah.
He needs to, even if it's behind closed doors, start to push and say, you guys got to make this right.
That's why I've said on this show today and hinted at it several times that Josh Allen will be my most owned player, especially in the early part of the offseason when people are expecting them not to add this wide receiver, whether it be in the draft or whether it be Mike Evans or whatever. And once that happens, Allen's value goes to the moon. So you've got to trade for Josh Allen, an existing dynasty, now while he doesn't have the wide receiver option, because he'll be worth every bit of the value you have to give up to acquire him, even if it doesn't come true, and he wins you a league single-handedly if it comes true. It's the best move in fantasy, period. That video is incoming. All right, Travis, call in after the wrap-up show, so roughly about an hour or so from now. Swarm.
After the game or midnight?
After the game. After the game.
All right. Talk to you.
All right, later, bro. Bye. Appreciate you. Swarm.
I smell meatloaf.
Swarm, appreciate you. Niners look cooked, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately. And so does Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, for 2026 in terms of like, and look, he didn't have a season-ending injury or anything. He's on the sideline with a back injury, but they just worked this guy to death, man. He's in the lineup right now. McCaffrey entered the game. I just don't think this is going to go well. His back is hurting him so bad. Juice getting the first down. Nice play. Nice play. I wonder if McCaffrey's going to run a lot of routes and be a decoy. He's a tough guy, though. McCaffrey's a tough guy. Absolute tough kid, man. Purdy, 14 of 23, 133. McCaffrey has about, I think it was like 60 yards total, or was it total or rushing? 58 rushing or 58, something like that. Yeah, 448 touches incoming. Yeah, McCaffrey looks like he's hurt and he's slow. Purdy wasn't even looking at McCaffrey on that route. Interception, Brock Purdy. Interception, Brock Purdy. Jeez. But when McCaffrey was running that route to the right flat, Purdy didn't even look in his direction. I think he was out there. I think he's out there as a decoy right now. I think it's a smart attempt by Shanahan to say, look, if we got McCaffrey out there, they're worried about him. But man, Brock Purdy's just, you're gonna have the fan base, half the fan base questioning Brock Purdy, and then half of them saying he's still the guy. It's not his fault. Tunja's foot injury, says Travis. Yeah. All right, guys. Unfortunate news for Bo Nix. Bo Nix, this is what we came live for. Bo Nix fractured his ankle and will miss the entirety of the NFL playoffs going forward. So it will be Stidham, which means that the Broncos are probably cooked for the rest of this playoff. Unfortunately, I don't think they can win with Jarrett Stidham. Josh Allen to get a receiver. More video to come on that. And Christian McCaffrey injured, but back in the game, but looks completely hobbled as he's running around there with a back injury that he's been suffering through for the last handful of weeks because of the overworked. CMC to Germany again. Yeah. Get to the chopper. Christian McCaffrey, chopper's here on the top of the roof. We're going to land it right by the power plant. We're landing it by the power plant. CMC, please report to the power plant launch pad. CMC, we're going to take you to Germany. Get to the top and get down. CMC, go have back surgery. Get stem cell injections. They're going to take part of CMC's calves that he grew in Germany and place them in his back. He's going to have calf muscles in his back. They're going to invent a whole new muscle. And CMC will be a part of it. The Springfield power plant. Get to the power plant. The chopper's waiting to go to Germany. We're going to go through the power plant electrical fields. It'll take... We've found a shortcut to Germany through the power plant, through the flux capacitor. 88... Get the chopper to 88 miles per hour. The flux capacitor will take you to Germany. What was the date? What's the date that Marty goes back? November. Is it November 11th? What was it? What's the date? Hey, Kruger, what date did Marty McFly go Back to the Future?
Hey, Smitty. So in Back to the Future, Marty McFly travels from 1985 to November 5th, 19...
November 5th. Yeah, November 5th. November 5th. Get to the top at Germany. November 5th. Get down, Kruger.
You go. All right, Smitty, kicking it up a notch. November 5th is the magic date, and hey, if we need to jump to the chopper, I'm on it.
Yell, get to the chopper and hit that like button. Say goodbye to the people. Tell them to deuce.
You got it, Smitty. All right, everybody, get to the chopper and drop a deuce on that like button. And as always, deuces to the whole community. Stay loose, stay liquid. We'll catch you next time.
Kruger, one last question. Is Brock Purdy more purdy or more turdy?
Smitty, let's say it this way. Right now, he's got some purdy moments and some turdy moments, but we're hoping he polishes up and shows more of the purdy side this season. We'll keep it real and see how it goes.
All right, later, Krug. Part turdy, part purdy. Chris likes it. Chris, appreciate you. Oh, my Rumblers! Son of a bee! I forgot about my Rumblers. Oh, my God. Landman dropped a super chat. Landman, are you still there? According to Schefter, Stefanski, coach of the Falcons. God, that was a long time ago. Mother freaking Rumble. Damn it. Landman, you still there? Gosh, dang it. I owe Landman an apology. You know what? I'm gonna challenge myself. Landman, are you there? Landman, if I forget about your super chat, Kenneth Walker, nice snag. Landman, is Landman out there? Where's Landman? Landman, if I forget about your super chat next time, I'm gonna put Landman or whoever does it on the top right of the screen for at least the remainder of the show. Like I'm gonna put I'm sorry Landman, or I'm gonna put Landman or whatever. I'm sorry Landman. I apologize. I do remember, and then I come back at the end. Like I always remember at the end, but I'm not gonna neglect Rumble. I gotta figure out a better way. You know what I need to do is I need to put Rumble on a different device, because that's the problem. Is I don't have enough screens, and I need to have like Rumble over here or something. Kenneth Walker had made that nice grab. I'll see you guys all after the game. Thank you, Landman, for that super chat. Thank you, all my Rumblers. Appreciate you. See you after the game, guys. Thank you, BBQ, for the super chats. Thank you, Swarm. Swarm, congrats, my man, and thank you very much. TM42. Thank you, Bandit. Appreciate you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, 4053. Appreciate all of you. TM42. Thank you, guys. See you after the game.